Hi everyone. In this video, I am going to show you how to create a holiday calendar in Power Apps. Here, I have created a SharePoint list to maintain all the holidays. So here, as you can see, we have the title, which is a default column, holiday date that I have selected, holiday types also. In the holiday type, I have just added a few entries here, like optional holiday, public holiday, and company holiday. Then also I have a notes column. So if there is any notes that we would like to add for a specific holiday, like in case of company holiday, we can do it. So it is a single screen Power App application. Obviously, the UI and the functionality can be improved. The concept and the goal of this video is to show you basically how to create this and how to integrate your calendar into that using SharePoint list. So basically coming to the demo, as you can see in the top left corner, I am showing the month name. Also, I have two arrows basically. So if I click on them, it will move to the next month. And as you can see, it will fetch the data from the SharePoint list and showing all of the holidays here. I can go back also, but I have added the data for this year only. So all the calendar you are seeing, it is a blank. So let's say also I've given a functionality where I can add the holiday for a specific day in my Power Apps only. So I don't have to navigate to SharePoint list to add it. So let's say for the 24th of Feb, I want to add a holiday. So I will name it as a company holiday. Whatever the date I selected, it will be auto populated here. So we don't have to select it again. Holiday type, I will say optional holiday. And if I click on submit, the holiday will get added for the 24th. So as you can see it here. If there are multiple holidays for a selected day, we can see like this. So 14 is Makar Sankranti, then Company Foundation Day is also there. If there are more holiday, we can scroll it in here only. Okay. Now coming to Power Apps, how I did this. As you can see, it's a single screen application. So the main thing is calendar control here. So the calendar control you see here, I have not created it manually. So basically if you work on some calendar application before, so you know when you click on new screen and if you go scroll down, you will find one screen here called calendar. So if you insert this screen, you will get the user interface like this. So what I did, I just copied everything and put in my home screen here. The only change I did is in the user interface. All the functionality, if you see here, if I click on this next arrow, you see all of the functions are already written. So basically you don't have to write everything from scratch. Just copy everything, put it on the home screen. So as you can see, all of the items are like this. This is my gal month calendar. Here I have the container for each day because I am showing lots of information. So here as you can see, this is my icon add button. Full date label I am showing. Basically this label is hidden and I will tell you why. Then I have a gallery called holiday for day. So basically whatever the green you are seeing here, so these are all the holidays and the day number. Basically this is the day number 4, 5, 6, right? So as you can see, if I go next, only that month data is visible here. Sometimes you see like even though if I go to this screen and as you can see currently I'm in Jan month, but still December dates are showing, so that is not relevant for me. So what I did basically, I have just hidden them. So for this container I added one visible property. So basically this is also I copied it from the template again. I search around it and which property I can do. So this formula I received and here I added the formula so that if I am in next month, I can only see the dates of the current month. I don't see the data. As you can see here, I am in Jan, so those previous year dates are not visible here. Okay. Now the main thing is how I am showing the data. So as you can see, I have the date column here. So we know if we want to check if there is any date for a selected, if there is any holiday for a selected date, I just have to do some kind of filtering, correct? So what I did, on the app start, I created a collection basically. And what this collection is doing, it is just getting the data from the holiday list, nothing else. I'm not filtering anything. But if you are doing it for multiple year, so you might have to apply a filter. Like currently we are in 2026, right? So you will not go in the application every time and hard coded that year manually. So we have the year function so that you can specifically get all the holidays for the selected year only. Okay, so in my case it's a concept only. I have not added any filter. The reason for adding this in a collection, because if you see here in my gal holiday lay, I am using a filter condition. Okay, so now if I directly use SharePoint list here, it will make the API call for each day, correct? So let's say we have 31 days here, so it will make a API call to the SharePoint list 31 times, right? And every time I go back, every time I go previous, right? So it will make API call. So I don't want that, so it's good to have all in a local only. So that's why I use the collection. So here as you can see, I am using a filter option, filter function, sorry. Then here we have the collection holidays, okay. And then we have the column called holiday date. Against what I am comparing, whatever the full date text I have. So remember when I said I have one label that I hide it, the reason I will tell you. As you can see, holiday date, that's a date picker column, and we have this format: month, date, and year. But in the day number, you will see there is only date here, correct? We want a complete day, right? So that's why I added one label, and this formula I've added. So basically this is the template formula, and I just use the date value function. What this function does, basically it will convert whatever the item you pass, basically string, it will convert into proper date format. So as you can see, now I am getting this text one, 28th December 2025, right? So that's the exact thing I want. And I don't want to show this to the user because they already see the dates and the month, right? So just make it hidden. Coming back to the gallery, so here I use the date value label.text. Okay, so now what it will do, it will check in the collection for each day. If the date is found, so let's say this is the 1st of Jan, right? So let me play this. Let's take example of this 14th of Jan 2026. It will check in the SharePoint. So basically in our collection, but how it is working, I'm telling you. If I go here, holiday dates, so it will check for the 14th of Jan. So it found the two records, as you can see, and it will show it here, right? So if you see in my gallery, I only have one button control, that's it, nothing extra that I have taken. In this button control only, I have used the text property, and here I am just using the title. Basically I want to show the name of that holiday, right? And you see this formula, so basically this is I have just added because there are some holidays who have long name, so that is not looking good basically. So what I did, if the length is greater than 15, so 15 is just the number I found basically. In your case that might be different, okay. So I'm just getting first one or 12 characters and appending the ellipses here, so that you UI point of view it will look good. Then I have used the tooltip here basically, and the value is set to self.text because here, as you can see, this is the company foundation, right? So here, when I hover over it, I should see all the detail, right? So here, what you can do in the tooltip section, just write this item dot title. Now, why it is important basically, because if there is something that you are not showing to the user properly, so you should have this kind of thing. So as you can see, it is only company and the text getting cut. But if I hover over it, as you can see, it is showing the complete title of it, right? So this is a good as point of user interface. Then we have the back and previous arrow. Again, this is only from the template. I have not changed anything specially here. So again, I will show you what kind of operations I'm doing. I only change the variable name, so you might see the variable name that template is using different, but all the functions are exactly same. So basically, when I change the date, how my Power Apps is knowing which month I want to fetch the data, right? So as you can see, the first line, where date add minus 30. So when I click on back, that means I want to go to previous month. And if I say that this one, it says 30 only. That means add 30 days. Okay. So that is the only point. And this is the very simple one. Whatever the dates I am selecting, I am showing the month and the year only, right? So this is the text formula we have in Power Apps. Coming to the next point, how to add data into a SharePoint list. So as you can see, I took one add button here, and if I click on it, I have used the edit form control basically. So this is, if you click on insert, if you search for the form, you will get this. Just connect this form to your SharePoint list, and here you will have all the fields. Okay. So the only thing I did custom here, as you can see, the holiday date disable, because when once I select the date here, so let's say I want to add a holiday for 17. If I select 17, then why to select again here, right? So just pre-populate that date here by default. Then title column we have, so let's say I will just add dummy data, holiday type, the notes. And in the submit, what I did, I just use the submit form function because this is a very straightforward form. We are not doing any hidden calculation. So just use the submit form here. And once I submit this, that data will get added to the SharePoint list, and we will have this appear here. Okay. So this is a very simple application, and you can obviously improve the functionality. Like currently this is a month view. What you can do, having the month and week view basically, where the user can toggle this, and the only thing you have to change in these date pickers and the values if you are doing some custom, right? So there are lots of application where you can use this kind of calendar and this kind of concept basically. So there are lots of solution I can think of. Is one is the attendance tracking, right? So we have the attendance, and let's say you can build it like attendance tracker. So instead of holidays, you can have a list where you will see the team member is working or not for the selected day, right? So that is a possibility that you can do in Power Apps, and I guess there are solutions also available online. So this is the simple application, and if you think that any formula I have written here that is not uh, understandable or it is confusing for you, just let me know in comments, and I will be happy to help. So I will show you my list structure again. So in my SharePoint list, here I have the title, which is a single line of text, holiday date, holiday type, and the notes. Okay, so you can try to replicate this. And if you face any issue or any challenges, just let me know in comments. Thank you.